morning and welcome to the Homestretch Benefit Breakfast. We're grateful to have you here and eager for you to experience the impact of Homestretch. I'm Burton White, co-founder and CEO of Excella and a corporate sponsor of Homestretch for over 12 years. Over 12 years in partnership is something I'm really proud of, and it's also something that I'm grateful for. And that's because of the transformational impact that Homestretch has on families experiencing homelessness in our area, and the transformational impact Homestretch has on everyone who engages in this important work with them. Whether you're a donor or a volunteer or a corporate sponsor, you'll never be the same once you've felt the impact that you can have on the families that Homestretch serves. That's why I know you'll be blown away when you hear the stories of tragedy turned to triumph when you hear from Homestretch graduates today. On behalf of the Homestretch staff and board and all the families that Homestretch serves, thank you for being here. And now I'm pleased to introduce my good friend, partner, and inspiration, Chris Fay, the Executive Director of Homestretch.
Graduates of Homestretch often exclaim, "You believed in me more than I believed in myself." And that's true. I've been serving the homeless now for 30 years, and one thing I have learned is that I can't tell who's going to make it and who isn't. So I have to believe in everybody. And it's a powerful thing to know that somebody truly believes in you. It can be the thing that turns everything around. So today, as you hear the testimonies of Homestretch graduates, know this. Please know this. Your support is an investment in young lives full of promise. These young families may be homeless. They may feel broken and lost. But with your support and your love, they can accomplish amazing and extraordinary things. And for every parent who's given a new lease on life, a new start, there are many children who, through their example, learn how to face adversity when it surely comes. Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "In the end, we will not be judged by where we end up in life, but rather how far we have traveled from whence we began." By that measure, families in Homestretch will travel much farther than I ever will in life. Consider this. In the last decade, families in Homestretch, all of whom came in homeless and in crisis, have become nurses and accountants, teachers, chefs, social workers, realtors, pastors, veterinary assistants, master plumbers, all because somebody believed in them. All because somebody, you, gave them a new start.
Bonjour, Ekoni, Ndi. Hello, my name is Kojo, and my family and I are from Togo in West Africa. Coming to America was a dream come true, but it was also much harder and more expensive than we imagined. I arrived with big dreams but no income, no family, and no resources. My English was not very good and finding a good job was hard. My wife and I both landed jobs as waiters in restaurants, earning about $8 an hour. We scrimped and saved to get by. But then my wife got pregnant, and the doctors told her she would need to stay in the hospital for up to 3 months. That means losing her job. Now it was just me working and there was no way we could survive on what I alone was making. No matter how many hours I put in each week at the restaurant, it wasn't enough. We faced becoming homeless. The staff at the hospital recognized the difficulty of our situation and they referred us to HomeStretch. HomeStretch truly gave us a new start. They were so understanding. I remember how happy we were to move into the HomeStretch home, which was fully furnished with everything we might need. My wife survived her difficult pregnancy and was soon home, and we were a happy family, able to plan for a new and better future with HomeStretch's help. In HomeStretch, we learned English, learned how to save money and build credit, learned how to develop a resume and conduct interviews. Going into HomeStretch was like going to college. Our major been learning how to live a stable and independent life. My wife and I kept saying to each other, we have to make it. We have to make it. But HomeStretch played a major role in why we were able to believe in ourselves and work hard to achieve all the things we have achieved. I'm happy to tell you that from that modest beginning, I'm now working as a finance coordinator with USAID contractor providing humanitarian aid to Asian and African countries. Now I teach others what HomeStretch taught me. My wife is a certified nurse assistant and she's enrolled in classes to become a registered nurse. And we have two bright and happy children doing well in school. HomeStretch is a good place to be when you have no place to be. It is family when you have no family. It is a new start. No one ever plans to be homeless, but if homelessness ever happens to you, you will want a new start too. And that new start is HomeStretch.
My name is Elijah Lansdowne. When my family came into HomeStretch, I was only 6 years old. My father did everything he could to hide the fact that our family was homeless and in crisis. The HomeStretch staff did the same thing. HomeStretch also moved us into a home where my family could live a happy and healthy life. I'll never forget the beautiful memories made in that house that HomeStretch provided for me and my family. It was in that house where I started first grade and got to celebrate my 7th birthday with all my friends in the neighborhood. Before HomeStretch, my parents' relationship was beginning to dissolve, and my brother had contracted a rare form of childhood cancer. He was in and out of the hospital, and at times it was confusing to see him in such a horrible condition. My father wanted to be with him as often as he could, and spending time with his sick son ended up costing him his job. We fell behind in mortgage payments, and eventually we were evicted from our home. My dad did everything he could think of, including calling on various family members and friends to look after me while he was at the hospital with my brother. The nurses at the hospital soon discovered that my father, who was sleeping in my brother's room, had no home, and they referred us to HomeStretch. HomeStretch was exactly the right place for a family like ours. We needed a safe place to live while we dealt with my brother's illness, and the situation had left my dad with a ton load of debts, which he was able to deal with thanks to Homestretch. Homestretch helped him pay down his debts, repair his credit, and build up savings. KidStretch provided a place for me to be while Dad was handling grown-up things. I spent a lot of time there with Norma, a kind woman I'll never forget. Eventually, when my dad was able to return to work, they helped him find a job too. I saw my older brother as a soldier, but unfortunately he lost his fight with cancer and passed on. That really tested my faith, and I think it tested my father's faith too. But he stayed strong and resilient. To me, he was a superhero in how he faced so much adversity without ever falling apart and always being there for us as a loving dad. I'm sure he never dreamed that so many bad things could happen all at once, like an avalanche of catastrophes, but he never let it rob him of his steady spirit or his smile. And of course, Homestretch was there like an extended family, helping us with everything. They still are, years after my family graduated. Homelessness can honestly happen to anyone. I'm so thankful that my family had a place like Homestretch to look after us. And Norma, if you're listening, I just want you to know that I really miss seeing your face and that to me, you're a superhero. Thank you, Homestretch.
Good morning. My name is Tucker. I am 12 years old. 4 years ago, when I was 8, I told my mom that I wanted to do something for the homeless, and she introduced me to Christopher Fay at Homestretch. I knew about Homestretch because her company supported them and still does to this day. I told Mr. Fay that I'd like to buy toys for the homeless children with money I got from my friends. But Mr. Fay said, ironically, toys are the last thing the homeless children need, because everybody wants to buy toys for homeless children. But families in Homestretch rarely come in with possessions. Some come in with just a trash bag holding their clothes. Mr. Fay said that the children in Homestretch need mattresses because you have to buy them fresh because you can't take used mattresses. I committed myself to raising enough money to buy 12 mattresses for 12 children in Homestretch, because nothing makes you feel like you're more at home than lying down in a nice, comfy bed to fall asleep. So I told everybody I knew about my plan. Family, friends. And boy, did they respond. They responded a lot. I raised $1,200 in my first month. That's enough to buy the 12 mattresses. I finished my goal in the first month. And over the last 4 years, I've raised almost $10,000 for the families in Homestretch. And that's really good for a kid with no income. And my mom said that's what happens when a cute kid asks you to do something nice for someone else. I don't know about the cute part, but here I am asking you, yes, you, to do something good for someone else today. And here's one more fact to get in your noggin. The average age of someone who goes into Homestretch is only 9 years old. That was my age 3 years ago. That surely challenges your thought of who a homeless person is. You know what to do. Thank you.
Everyone wants a better life, especially if you have children. You want a future for your children that is better than what you have known. That was true for my mother, who left her home country in search of a better life for her and her 2 young daughters. We had an aunt who lived in Virginia, so we moved in with her, but we could not stay there for long. And soon we realized we were about to become homeless. Here we were in the land of opportunity with what seemed like no opportunities. No money, no other family, no resources, only our hopes and dreams. My mother tried to shield us from her fears, but I could tell that she was scared of what could happen to us. A mother's worst fear is that she cannot protect her children from harm. Somehow, we got referred to Homestretch, And that's when everything changed. I was in 3rd grade at the time. Homestretch embraced us like we were family. The home they gave us had everything in it, fully furnished, even stocked with food and kitchen supplies. Suddenly, there were people who cared. And we could start planning to implement those hopes and dreams. We had a new start. My mother learned English and found a job at a bakery where she still works to this day. One of the things that Homestretch taught us that we all still practice to this day is financial management. Budgeting, saving, building good credit. My mother, even on her modest salary, has become a first-time home buyer, thanks to a program she began in Homestretch. From homelessness to a home buyer. There are lots of programs that provide this or that aid to a homeless family, then say goodbye. That's it. That is not Homestretch. The people in Homestretch, they see you as someone of worth the investment of their love and time, and they don't forget you when you graduate. They take delight in your progress, in your success, like you are family. That investment reaps many dividends. My sister is now attending college at George Mason University, while I am enrolled in a master's degree program in healthcare management. I'll become a doctor practicing either emergency medicine or anesthesiology. When I think of Homestretch, the word that most comes to mind is hope. Homestretch ignites hope. Another word is understanding. They know what you have gone through and what you face going forward. And finally, guidance. If you listen to your Homestretch counselor, there is no limit to what you can achieve. I was just a little child while in Homestretch, but the thing to know is 3 out of 4 people in Homestretch are children. By supporting Homestretch, you give a new start, not just to their parents, but to their children as well. That is an investment worth making. My family is proof. Thank you.
Through the past 40 years, we have worked alongside our communities, helping families develop financial wealth and independence through home ownership. GMM is honored to be a trusted mortgage lender with a dedicated local presence throughout the communities we serve. Together, building a brighter future.
Good morning. Our passion is helping people build a brighter future by realizing their dream of home ownership. When we learned that Homestretch's mission is helping homeless families build a brighter future through permanent housing, we knew it would be a partnership close to our hearts. It unites our employees and leverages our passion and resources. Our CEO, Bill Landon, proudly serves on their board of directors, and our employees love participating in their Operation Backpack. Both opportunities allow us to feel connected to Homestretch and its clients. But this is just the beginning. I'm looking forward to the next opportunity that helps people find a safe place to call home. Homestretch, you have GMM's heartfelt appreciation for helping our community build a better future, not only for your graduates and their families, but for generations to come. You're a dedicated leader in the community, continually showing up to help those of us who may need a little extra love and support. When we help one, we help all of us. We remain in awe of your dedication and unending compassion and strength. Thank you for letting GMM be a small part of your success. We can't wait to see what's next.
Imagine what it would be like. You go to work one day only to find out that the company has gone bankrupt and you lose your job. You struggle trying to find another one, month after month. While looking for another job, your savings are depleted. You fall behind on rent. Your husband, always fickle and not much of a provider, leaves you for another woman. And then your youngest child develops a chronic medical illness that requires constant medical attention. The insurance you had with your job is gone, and medical bills are piling up. You max out your credit cards, just trying to stay afloat. And then one morning, it happens. The knock on the door as your children are eating their Cheerios, the eviction notice. You have only 2 weeks to find another place to live. You have no money, no savings, no credit, no family to fall back on. And your children, hearing you crying at night, gets really scared and they say, "Mama, what happened to us?" You're facing a time in your life when it seems that everything that can go wrong does go wrong. At such times, you fight feelings of failure and anxiety, and you try not to get too depressed, knowing that there are little children's eyes watching everything you do. So you just keep on going, you keep on trying. And your single, fervent prayer is, "Dear God, please give me a new start. I would do anything for a new start." Well, Homestretch is that new start. When a shelter refers a family to Homestretch, we place them in a safe home and we surround them with services designed to try and address all their needs, talents, and aspirations. We create an individualized plan that will remove the barriers in their path and open doors of hope and possibility. We help them with employment, scholarship for training in a career path, reducing debt, repairing credit, building savings, resolving legal issues, and restoring health. We also ensure that their children are safe and happy and able to excel in school. Now, all of this usually takes about 2 years. For some families with more severe problems, it can take considerably longer. Homestretch has the capacity to serve 50 families with about 150 children at once, or roughly 70 families a year. Our job is to provide an environment in which homeless parents with children can turn their crisis into an opportunity for transformation. At Homestretch, what we do is we really help them write a new and better ending to a story that they thought had been a sad and unhappy one. Now, crisis hits us all at some point in our lives. I mean, no one is immune from bad things happening. We must lean on our faith and our hope at those times to get us through. At Homestretch, we know that if we first ignite hope and we show them that we believe in them and we let them know that somebody genuinely cares for them, then hope will ignite resilience, which is that special ingredient that allows some people to get through terrible times with grace and strength. And then resilience ignites character and sometimes even serenity.
I was only 9 years old when my family came into Homestretch, with my mother and father and 4 of us children. My parents tried to hide their problems from us children to protect us, but we could see that they were having problems. One day, they had a big fight, and my mother got so scared of my father that she decided we had to leave. She went to the Homestretch office and told the staff about her fears for our safety, and the staff flew into action, moving our family into a new home where my father could not find us. Chris Fay met my father at our old home at the end of the day and told him that they had moved our family for our safety, and he gave him a referral to a men's shelter. For my mom, suddenly being a single parent was hard, but she worked hard to build a new life. With Homestretch's help, she learned English, learned to drive, earned a certification as a cosmetologist, and secured a permanent home that she could afford. For us children, Homestretch was wonderful. I got to go to summer camp for the first time in my life, got to go to dance classes, laser tag, field trips, and so many other fun things. In Homestretch, we got to experience our childhood like other children. Watching my mother face and overcome such difficulties was a lesson to us all in how to face life with courage and grace. My mother is the strongest person that I know, She's someone who grinds away at their maximum potential, and she does it with a smile. Mom, you have been a guardian angel for me and my siblings. You always believed that hard work pays off. Well, my oldest brother, Michael, proved that true by earning a full scholarship to New York University, where he won the Outstanding Student Award in Science and Technology and the school's Humanitarian Award. He's now a business analyst for Deloitte in Toronto. My other brother, Bemlog, followed in his footsteps with a full scholarship to NYU, where he excelled. He now works for Dell in California. I'm currently a senior at NYU doing an independent study at the Gallatin School with a focus on African development using media and technology. My younger sister is in high school, earning good grades. We are proud of what we've achieved, but we also know that we could have not done any of these things without the help and support of Homestretch. Homestretch provided the environment where we could focus on doing what we needed to do to move forward in life. Homestretch does not see you as a homeless person with problems. They see you as a person of infinite worth and potential who, with a little help, can defy the odds and achieve amazing things. I hope that you will support Homestretch today so they can help more families just like mine with hopes and dreams of a better life just as vivid and heartfelt as ours. Thank you.
You heard 4 stories this morning about how families overcome homelessness and crisis to build exciting new lives with the help of Homestretch. 3 of these stories came from people who were young children when in the program, which makes their achievements even more powerful. Our families defy the odds, and the odds are grim. A homeless mother is 4 times more likely to fall back into homelessness than a mother who was never homeless. A homeless child is 5 times as likely to become homeless as an adult than a child who does not experience homelessness. But Homestretch helps families overcome those odds. A homeless family has a 90% chance of succeeding in Homestretch, and historically, fewer than 10% of Homestretch graduates ever return to homelessness. Homestretch puts into action the old saying of C.S. Lewis, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending." Every day in Homestretch, someone changes the ending of their story. To have this kind of success requires Homestretch to put the family's needs first. Using the more common model of rapid rehousing, Homestretch would have to move families through the program so fast they would not be able to make any progress in education, career building, health, or financial literacy. However, because of you, our friends, our donors, businesses, and faith institutions, and because of our shared belief that every homeless parent and homeless child is worth our time and investment, Homestretch is able to do so much more. The stories you heard today are living proof that an investment in Homestretch families pays off. From homelessness to NYU's Gallatin School, from homelessness to medical school, from homelessness to home ownership. Not all Homestretch graduates end up at NYU or medical school, but all Homestretch families have the chance to break free from poverty and to provide their children with a new start. 9 out of 10 families do just that. I am an accountant by trade, and I appreciate a good investment when I see one. Homestretch is as good an investment in terms of human worth and potential as you will ever see. Please consider giving a gift today of $1,000. That breaks down to only $83.33 a month. Your gift of $1,000 will be matched by several donors who have pledged up to $50,000 for every gift of $1,000 or more. This doubles your gift, which doubles your impact. In addition, we have another generous donor who has pledged a dollar-for-dollar match up to $100,000. This is an incredible opportunity to impact Homestretch families. Impact is the key word here. By giving to Homestretch, you ensure that homeless parents and children can rewrite the endings of their stories. Every dollar you give provides these families a new start in life and you can see that these opportunities are not wasted. Please give as you are able. We welcome gifts of any amount. What we raise today will help us serve more families in 2021. Thank you for giving these families the thing they most want and need, a new start. To donate, please visit the giving link located in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And now I'd like to introduce my fellow Homestretch board member, Michael Long.
Thank you, Amy, for the introduction. In my role as a board member, I've been able to appreciate the vital role Homestretch serves in the community. As board members, we aim to operate as a body to aid Homestretch in fulfilling its mission of helping families achieve stability. This year has been challenging in light of the pandemic and all of the obstacles it has brought with it. Our families have proved stronger than ever. However, the effects of this pandemic will be long-lasting. Our hope is to see each family graduate from Homestretch and continue on their track of building a stable and long-lasting foundation. With that, we want to thank all of you for being here this morning. We especially want to thank our graduate speakers, our guest speakers, our sponsors, and our premier sponsor, George Mason Mortgage, for making today a virtual reality. That concludes today's program. To learn more about Homestretch and the impact your gift is having, please visit homestretchva.org.